You're listening to RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network.
Up a ring and on to the mic. Golden locks, throwing chains on tight. I rule the airwaves, I own the night. Crank up the volume, feel the heat down. Turn up the dial, let me preach. Running this town with a steel cage smile. When the bell rings, I do it with style. I'm the Lord of Saturday night. One hand thunder, taking the mic. Bodies tell the truth, no fear, no fight. Bow down, cause I rule tonight. Taking the mic, bodies said the truth, no fear, no fright. Bow down, cause I rule tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network. I am indeed your host, Lord Amadeus, the president and CEO of RAWF in the game we all know and love as Wrestler Unstoppable. My co-host is here. Please join me in welcoming...
¡Hola, muchachos!
Ladies and gentlemen, he is El Vacant. Hola, El Vacant. Welcome to the Steel City.
Hola, muchachos. ¿Cómo está mi amigo?
Oh, my goodness. We have so much to talk about tonight, El Vacant. We have a whole ton of things to talk about. We will get to all... let's start, I think, with... all the couple of big events ended the past couple of weeks, including... this Xanther the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament. It finished, if you will, just a few days ago. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this year's Xanther the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament is Joe Boo. Joe Boo, the winner of this year's.
Some odds maker lost their shirt on that.
They did indeed. They did indeed. So let me take a look here. Yes, congratulations to Joe Boo. And just considering he returned to RAWF just a couple months ago, he's been quite successful in a lot of ways, not just in this tournament. But let's take a look at that tournament real quick. So, as we know, he won. Simply the Best came in got the runner-up position, and he got 50 million coins and 1,500 wrestler bucks. The two semifinalists were the Paragon of Greatness and Undertaker. They each received 20 million coins and 750 wrestler bucks. And then the four quarterfinalists were Big Papa, Sassy Applebee's, Chris Cage, and Sean Hitman Hurd. So they each received 5 million coins and 250 wrestle bucks. Joe Boo, of course, as the winner, received 101 million coins, 3,000 wrestle bucks, an entrance video, and a title belt. So, congratulations to Joe Boo. Simply the Best was just on the cusp of winning his second one. He made it to the finals, but was unable to beat Joe Boo. So, any quick thoughts on Joe Boo winning the tournament?
Like I said, if you had asked me, like, give me a list of the top X number of people that you think are going to be in the finals or winning, Joe Boo would not have been on them. I am genuinely stunned, but good for him.
Indeed, very good. Congratulations, Joe Boo. And we'll be talking quite a bit about Joe Boo tonight. We've got a couple of things to discuss with him, but another event also ending not too long ago, and that being the Radical Rumble. The Radical Rumble was won by the one and only Sean Hitman Hurd, who eliminated the Immortal Griffith to win and become the new Radical Rumble champion. Any thoughts on Sean Hitman Hurd's win?
No, I mean, he's a hell of an opponent. I wasn't particularly stunned to see them be the last two standing, and it came right down to the wire. And he managed to get Griff over the top rope. So good for him. Sean the Hitman Hurd is our newest champion of the Rumble, and I expect to see even bigger things coming from him if he stays around and does the work.
Yeah, indeed. And I'm surprised this is the first time we really do. He's been around for a long time. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's won his share of championships in the Indies. I'm surprised that he hasn't been more successful in RAWF.
Someone needs to remind him that microphones have an on button.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people like that, to be honest with you. So, I mean, yeah. But at any rate,
right, but he's actually good.
He is. He honestly is. There's no doubt about it. But we do have a few other people like that in RAWF that could be so much better if they would just run their mouths. So
I mean, we were just talking not too long ago about a certain someone who went undefeated last season but never said a word.
Exactly, and we'll be talking about that person as well later in the program. So those two events, huge. The Radical Rumble champion. Congratulations to Sean Hitman Hurd. All right, let's get to some GM reports. We're going to start with our RFC general manager, the Immortal Griffith. Griffith, are you there?
I am. So, as we all know, 5 weeks of RFC have come and gone, and we have the last man standing. And if you had been paying attention, it was a close fight towards the end there. Realistically, we had three people who were fighting for that top spot. Those people were Blake Bradley, Michael Brewer, and Chosen of all people. And with the last three still standing being Enigma, Chris Cage, and Miss Beauty Fatale. And I have to tell you, the rankings, now that we're done with week 5, the rankings between week 4 and week 5 did not change. The order remains the same, but the point totals got much, much closer. We saw some really good fights. We saw some people who, if they had been doing what they're doing towards the end at the beginning, very well could have won this thing. But making it official, if you've been paying attention, the man who went 4-1 and made it known that he was a contender from out of the gate, Blake motherfucking Bradley will be facing Simply the Best.
A battle a battle of the elevated society, so that belt will remain with them no matter what there. But Sean Hitman Hurd putting up
Well,
a huge
you know
amount of
what?
coin.
Hold on. You're right. That belt will stay in elevated society, but there's a strong chance that a certain 10 million coin bounty may be changing hands.
Huh? That's true. I mean, so is that match official for Philadelphia Freedom
It is.
then?
It's
All right.
absolutely official for Philadelphia Freedom.
All right. I'll have to make sure I get that logo made, but that will be indeed a match for Philadelphia Freedom for the not the Radical Fighting Championship. What's the name of it, real quick?
Radical Fighting
Iron. I thought it was
Championship.
the Iron Fist Championship.
No, the title is the Iron Fist title.
That's what I meant. It's for the
Okay,
Iron
yeah,
Fist
it's the Iron
Championship.
Fist title. Yes, Iron Fist champion.
Yes.
The now I want to just before we move on, I do want to say two things. I want a reminder, especially because Blake is the first time he's been in. The normal matches are 3-round fights. The championship match is a 5-round fight. For those of you who would like that in English, that means longer timeout and higher health. But yeah, so I don't want anyone being surprised when that happens. We've done it in all the other title matches. We will be doing it for this one as well. And also one last thing, we are starting next season, we are making a rules change to the division. As it stands right now, we have the fight of the night. And what we've seen is that fight of the night goes for whoever, as a pair in the ring, puts on the best match of that week. And but there is a sub rule in there that says you cannot get those points if the match ends in a timeout or a DQ. And one of the things I took away from this season, we try to learn something every season about what's going on, was that in several instances this season, in my opinion, someone who should have gotten the points for fight of the night ended up not getting it due to a timeout. So moving forward, fight of the night will still be determined the way it was before, with one change. If someone times out or DQs, that fight can still be considered fight of the night, but only the person who doesn't DQ or time out will get the points.
All right. Anything else?
I believe that is it.
All right, thank you, Griffith. It seems like that event is starting to come into its own. It's definitely the best season. This was season 3, correct?
4.
Did you 4?
Yes.
So it's starting to rev up a little bit. So
yeah, I would say I had very few issues. I mean, I did have some people show very early that they really didn't understand. So I'm hoping that those people either learn or don't re-sign back up. But I mean, especially as the seasons went on, or the weeks went on, people really started putting in more and more effort. There were some incredible fights. To give you an idea, the least amount of points anyone got in week 5 was 15 points. That is the least amount.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
Well, when you figure without match of the night, the most points you can get is 20.
Okay.
So,
all right. Yes, you're late, STB. You might have to listen to the replay because we got to move on. Got a lot to discuss tonight. Thank you, Griff, very much. Appreciate it. Next up, Maeve O'Hare with the This Is the Way final report. Maeve, are you there?
I'm here, Bossman. Good evening. Good evening, Vacant.
oh, hi.
So I suppose continuing in the trend of the final is gonna be Elevated Society. This Is the Way came down to Chris Cage versus Sibel. Sibel won. Prizes have been distributed. Congratulations. I have heard from folks who are hoping that the tournament will, or not the tournament, but the event will come back. And I'm hoping to be able to put that on again, since I've had so many compliments on it. So keep an eye on your inboxes and I'll let you know when and if that will be happening.
All right. Well, that's good news. I'm glad to hear that as well. All right. Thank you, Maeve. And we will be talking with you later in the program. Next up, I have Unstoppabot's tag team report here. just posted about 100 minutes ago in the RAWF tag team scene. Top 5 tag teams after 4 of 6 rounds. In first place, the Godslayers. In second place, the reigning champs, Crown Control. In third place, Desade and the Giant. In fourth place, Thunderstruck. And in fifth place, Medicine Men. So that is after 4 of 6 rounds. Round 6, I believe, will be going out tonight. If not, I do believe round 6 will be going out tonight. So we should indeed have a contender by next week's Philadelphia Freedom. Knock on wood. All right. Next up, Paragon of Greatness with the Ultimate Gauntlet Report. Do you have one, sir?
Indeed, I do. Last we left off, we were under the understanding that the Redneck Avenger had just ended the run of Hotshot Chaz at 1. Redneck Avenger would go on to a second match. However, that match would result in Simply the Best taking over the Ultimate Gauntlet, going on to another match now with elevated co-member Papa Shaker. Simply the Best wins that match, going on to a third match in the Ultimate Gauntlet. However, Simply the Best would end his run there at the hands of Maeve O'Hare. Maeve O'Hare would run right into a elevated sandwich as she goes up against Sai. Sai ends the run of Maeve O'Hare. Sai goes on to a second match with Strangleheart. That is where Sai's run ends, as Strangleheart defeats Sai, and Strangleheart is currently having a match with Extreme Enigma.
All right, so round and round we go in the Ultimate Gauntlet. No contender in sight, as it sounds. All right, thank you, Paragon. We'll talk to you a little bit later in the show as well. All right. Also, in the past 2 weeks since we've gone, and I believe that is all the GM reports for this evening that I know of, unless someone shows up unexpectedly or expectedly later in the program. But we had 2 major title changes over the last 2 weeks. First of all, congratulations to Ken Costa, the new Midnight Hobo champion, taking down Billy Gunn a couple of weeks ago. Ken Costa winning his first major championship here in RAWF, and I can't say as I was too surprised about that, because Ken has been has been working pretty hard. So congratulations to him, and shout out to Billy Gunn for accepting the challenge of Ken Costa.
One can't call themselves a badass if they say no to fights.
That's true. That's absolutely true. We've actually had several champions over the last few weeks accept challenges actually we had one shout someone out for a shot at their title a couple weeks ago. So Kenta was given an opportunity to men's championship by Blake Bradley after Kenta was unable to get a Platinum Dragon championship shot from DW. Blake stepped in and said, "Hey, you want a shot at my men's title? You can have it." And unfortunately for Kenta, Blake Bradley retained the championship that night, but kudos to Blake Bradley for stepping in there like he did.
I'll be honest, if I had been asked if I thought he would ever do that, the answer would have been no. He proved me wrong.
Exactly. But, Kenta, I don't think it'll be long before we see Kenta with a championship gold around his waist.
I agree.
Just like I thought new Ken Costa would eventually also have gold. And the other major RAWF championship that changed hands was the Multimedia Championship. Enigma accepting the challenge of Sai. And Sai, Seabell, defeated him to become the new Multimedia Champion, which makes her a three belt holder right now here in RAWF, holding the Triple Crown, Multimedia, and Estrogen Championships. Right now, Seabell is the hottest female, literally. Well, okay, when I say hottest, I mean as in success in RAWF at this moment. Your thoughts?
I gotta say, I don't. I have opinions about the group and the people she's hanging out with, but it's doing something right for her, because ever since she's joined, she has taken off like a house on fire.
Yeah, indeed, and it is definitely Sai is definitely right now most successful in her RAW career as we've ever seen her. So, congratulations to her. But that means Philadelphia Freedom is going to be a busy night for Seabell. It's just 1 week away. We'll talk about that in just a little bit.
Now we get to see, can she handle the pressure of having that many belts.
Yep. All right. So, with that being said, I do have another GM report, my Hatfield and McCoy GM report, which is basically that both tournaments have been won, and tomorrow on Superstars, it is going to be a big matchup, and then we'll talk about it here in just a second. But congratulations to Seabell defeating Enigma for that multimedia championship last week in Halifax. All right, so that means we turn our attention to Superstars tomorrow. Comes to you live from Pittsburgh, PA. It is going to be happening. The first big match tomorrow for the Hatfield and McCoy contendership. It will be Marquis Desaad and Denzel the Giant.
That's funny.
That is going to be a huge matchup. A huge matchup. Marquis Desaad, Denzel the Giant. One of them will face Chris Cage for that championship in 2 weeks at Philadelphia Freedom.
When tag partners collide.
They are. That's right. They are tag partners. But you wouldn't know it by the way they were talking crap earlier to the two of you. So, yeah, this is going to be a big match tomorrow. Who do you think walks away as the Hatfield and McCoy contender to Chris Cage at Philadelphia Freedom?
I have a hard time picking against Denzel. He's been on fire lately, and God, look at him.
I mean, Denzel, former national champion, I believe, 2-time national champion. So we know he can win titles. Marquis Desaad has picked it up as of late. Usually he's a little, and this might be the best version of Marquis Desaad we've seen in quite a while.
Well, and also because someone showed him where the on button on the microphone was. That
exactly. Yeah. So it will be Desaad versus the Giant tomorrow for a shot at the Hatfield and McCoy Championship at Philadelphia Freedom. And then in our main event for the Superstars Championship, it will be Destroyer defending the Superstars Championship against Hobo Ezekiel. A lot of history between these two. They're kind of frenemies, I think, at this point. But your thoughts on Destroyer and Hobo?
I always have a hard time betting against Hobo. He's very good in the ring. He's much larger than his opponent. But I don't know. I think Destroyer's got her taste of gold, and she intends to keep it.
I think so too. Destroyer's been pretty good Superstars champion thus far, defending against quite a few people. So, yeah. This one's going to be a good one, though, tomorrow in Pittsburgh, our main event. But we need to talk about the rest of the card as well. And who do we turn to for when we want your buddy, your buddy? Ladies and gentlemen, Randolph Mortimer Draw here with your Superstars undercard, Randy. Hey, how you doing, everybody out in RAWF land? I think we could call it that. How you doing, El Vacant?
Hola, muchacho. ¿Cómo está?
Boss Man, Maeve, Paragon, how y'all doing tonight? All right, I got to find this. It's right here. I got it. I do. Just give me a second. Okay, here we go. Got it right here. This is hot off the presses. Evan Dudley tomorrow will take on a hotshot Chaz. Slashy to take on Ciro El Napolitano. Angel Bitch takes on Killer Neptune. Seabell takes on the Crippler. Dark Warrior takes on Stormtrooper of Death. Undertaker takes on Roger the Pirate. Extreme Enigma takes on Chris Cage. That'll be a good one. I have a feeling that one will affect the rankings in some way, somehow. Scythe versus Hot Cheese. Joe Boo versus Magnificent Michael. Olivia McInnes versus Kenta. Goddess of Pain takes on Tad Beaglewolf Dennis. Blake Bradley to take on Natalia Nitro. Wildfire takes on Knox Boogie. Luzon Warrior Queen Falcon versus Uber Vegan TPO. Boney versus Davila. Tigress versus Sophia McFadden. Addiction to take on Ahmed the Giant. Addiction to take on, sorry, Ahmed the Giant. Ahmed the Egyptian. Sorry about that. Yeah,
I mean, he's big, but I don't think he's that big.
Now, Ahmed the Egyptian. I don't even know who that is. Isn't that like what? Isn't that one of the dummies that ventriloquist says? What's his name? What's that
That's Ahmed. It's different.
Oh, okay. Well, you know who I'm talking about. That's good.
I do.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Toxic Megatron Avenger.
Dunham.
Dunham? Jeff Dunham. That's right.
Yeah.
JeffFafadDunham.com. Right, exactly. Gotcha. Toxic Megatron Avenger versus Money Sue. Dr. Kent versus Mark Caliber. Sassy Applebee's versus Allie Knight. Aaron McFadden takes on Carnage King. Crazy Mama takes on Ken Costa. Papa Shaker takes on The Moose. Paragon of Greatness takes on Kitty Kabam. Des Bryant takes on Chosen. Mancunian Maniac takes on the Agent of Hate. Crazy Serb to take on the Cougar. Eva takes on Deez. Soul Reaper, he takes on Thunny. That's funny. Honey Thunder Apples is what I'm trying to say there. Teflon Sheik takes on Kayla the Devil. Quit it. Okay, stop. Where was I? Teflon Sheik takes on Kayla the Governess. Psycho Girl takes on the Razor. Joey A takes on Andy Price. EBT takes on Sean Hitman Hurd. Redneck Avenger takes on Maeve O'Hare. Starlight takes on the Immortal Griffith. Simply the Best versus Cara DeVille. Michael Brewer takes on Just JT. Billy Gunn takes on Sisalu? Is that what we Sisalu? Sisalu. I got it this time. Diesel Warrior takes on Rick Nelson. The Minion takes on Big Papa. Mystic Maniac takes on Malice. Spectacular takes on Strangleheart. And Black Lilith takes on Miss Beautifatal. There's a lot of people in this damn company. I'll tell you something. At any rate.
Talk to the boss.
All right. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's your undercard for tomorrow's Superstars live here in Pittsburgh, PA. We will see you all we'll see you all next week. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Randy. Some good matchups tomorrow, indeed. All right. So, with that being said, I believe we have one last GM report from Extreme Enigma. Enigma, are you there?
Yep.
Good evening. What you got?
Evening LA, evening vacant. We had the two tournaments finish up, the World and the Universe. Chris Cage won one of them, Griffith won the other, and they faced off. Pretty classic, pretty cool. And Chris Cage won, so we're getting a continuation of the Chris Cage Destroyer, will they, won't they shit, an Arcana Clash title match at the next pay-per-view.
All right. So repeat that one more time in case someone didn't hear.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Chris Cage and Destroyer for the Arcana Clash Championship.
Thank you.
Philadelphia Freedom.
Okay, so that's one I've got to write down right now. Arcana Clash Championship. Wow.
I finally did my job as a GM.
All right. That's going to be a good one right there. Looking forward to that. All right. I got to write this one down too. All right. Thank you, Enigma. We'll be talking with you a little bit later in the program as well. What
The hell
the
was
hell
that?
was that? All right. So, with all the action that's been going on, we now turn our attention to Philadelphia Freedom, which comes to us live next week, 2 weeks from tonight, from the great state of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, as it always is. Yes, it will be Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia in 2 weeks' time. Let's take a look at some of the matchups we've got. First of all, for the Champions Choice Championship, Aaron McFadden will defend against the Agent of Hate. Agent of Hate getting his first ever title shot of any kind in his long tenured RAWF career against Aaron McFadden. The rules of this match are as follows. Agent of Hate can only use running shoulder block, shining wizard, and spear with play possum defense. Interesting. That's an interesting choice, but no reason. You didn't get named the match. You just chose some random moves. It sounds like did Aaron McFadden, but still seems like he would have the advantage here, no doubt. Your thoughts, Elvagan?
Yes, that becomes a very easy match to win.
Yeah, pretty much. And we also mentioned let's take a look at the Powerball Championship match. This one's going to be a fun one. Sassy Applebee's defend the Powerball Championship against Miss Beautifatal, who, like I said, she's been coming on. She's been getting better. I've seen a lot of improvement in Miss Beautifatal, former estrogen champion in her own right. And then, of course, Sassy Applebee's, we know what she's capable of. So, what are your thoughts on this Powerball Championship match?
I find it hard to go against Sassy here. I do. I find it difficult to.
I don't know. I've heard Miss Beautifatal has really been stepping up her game in other events as well. So we'll see. I mean, I agree with you. When you think Sassy Applebee's, you think dominance in title matches. So certainly should be a great matchup for that Powerball Championship. Multimedia. This is not something we thought we'd see a few weeks ago, but it is indeed what we're getting. It is Seabell defending the first of her 3 championships, the Multimedia Championship, against Sisulu, as we said, who went undefeated in his rankings period. But unfortunately, due to no talkie, he only managed to get a multimedia contendership match. But now that he's there and he's undefeated, and I don't think that streak has ended at this point. What are your thoughts here?
I think we're about to have the most boring multimedia champion ever.
Oh my goodness! We could very well. Not only that, we have a very short multimedia reign for Seabell. Considering that she has a lot on her plate tonight, this one might be not. Yeah, I don't think the matchup here is good for her.
No, it is not.
The second of her title defenses is also going to be pretty interesting, as she defends the Triple Crown Championship against the winner of the Xanther the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament and one half of the tag team champions, Joe Boo, and her Elevated Society partner. Well, they're not tag partners, but member in the Unsettled Chris Cage. And does Chris Cage hold back and try to hope Seabell will retain the championship, or does he try to win it? What are your thoughts here?
All right, so they're both Elevated Society. They're going to work together to try and get Joe Boo removed, although Joe Boo is, my understanding, friendly with the group. Not a member, but he is friendly with them, so I don't know. If I had to guess, I think Cy and Chris Cage will work together to make sure it's not Joe Boo, and then they will fight for real to see who gets the belt.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I think that's exactly what they should do if I was them. So, but I don't know. Joe Boo since returning a couple months ago. Joe Boo been on a hot streak. So we shall see. That one's going to be very interesting. This one we talked about a couple weeks ago because we kind of knew it was going to happen. I think we already knew it was already signed 2 weeks ago, and that's of course the Fubar City Championship between the Immortal Griffith and the Teflon Sheik. I think we all totally expect a massacre here, but uh, being things equal, I mean, if Sheik wins this match, this is almost a confirmation that he should have been back this whole time. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. But I don't see it happening. I don't see the Immortal Griffith losing in the Fubar City Championship to the Teflon Sheik. I think this is definitely one of those wins where the Immortal Griffith has some extra motivation in there. So yeah, I don't see it. I don't see the Sheik having any realistic shot at the Fubar City Championship. You agree?
I agree.
All right. Next up, we have. Oh well, I'm going. Real quick update on the biatch of the month. It is actually down to the final two to see who will challenge Cy for the Estrogen Championship. Right now, it is between Hall of Famer Davila and Allie Knight. So we could have Cy versus Davila or Cy versus Allie Knight for the Estrogen title at Philadelphia Freedom. That one is still in progress. We should know I'm sure we'll know by next week who is challenging Seabell for the Estrogen Championship. But we do know who won the Arsehole of the month and will challenge Blake Bradley for the Men's Championship. This one's interesting. This one is very interesting. Blake Bradley defending the Men's Championship against a returning Michael Brewer. Returned a couple months ago. And Brewer's got a long, Brewer was in RAWF for quite a while in the early days, but he's got a long career, and he just returned after a few years of layoff. But
and we just saw this match.
Yeah, that's true. We did just see this match in RFC. Are we right? Am I wrong?
You are correct.
But that was under RFC rules. This is under regular rules here. And Brewer has made the statement to me personally that he is on a mission to win gold in RAWF because he never has. And so he's looking to do that at Philadelphia Freedom when he takes on Blake Bradley for the Men's Championship. What are your thoughts?
I think Michael Brewer's had a hell of a career. I think it's really good to see him back. I watched how he progressed through the RFC because I really wanted to see where he was at. And if there's ring rust, I don't know where he's hiding it because they didn't show it in that fight. But like you said, the RFC is a very different rule set than a standard, men's championship match. And I think Blake is firing on all cylinders. I think Blake is going to walk into that match a little bit in Brewer's head because he just beat him in the other place. I don't know how this doesn't go to Blake.
Agreed. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm. This is nothing against Blake, but I'm actually rooting for Brewer because I've known Brewer a long, long time, and I would love to see Brewer win some RAWF gold here. So I will. Plus, Blake's going to have a couple other big matches on his plate, so we'll see. This one's going to be a good one. I'm happy to see Brewer in this spot, and congratulations on winning the Arsehole of the month. Next up, National Championship. STB continues his dominant reign. He is challenged by the woman who he beat for the title many months ago in Eva. What are your thoughts on this one?
I generally do not pick against Eva, but I said a few weeks ago that every time I pick against Simply the Best when it comes to the national championship, I'm wrong. Every time. So I'm going to go the other way. I think STB is going for the record. Wait, do they already have it? Did we determine that?
Good question. I think we mentioned last time that he was
either already had
he had already done it or he was very, very close. Let me look that up here. All right, so he won it almost a year ago.
Yeah.
So he won it at Tropical Aggression last year in August.
Yep.
So he's held it almost 10 months, which would round up. Yeah, I think that breaks. Wait, the record was held by the unsettled Chris Cage at 217 days, and I'm almost.
I'm pretty sure he's past that.
So yes, STB is the longest reigning national champion in RAWF history at this point. So, yep.
I got a hard time going against STB on this.
I totally agree. I mean, Eva's tough. There's no doubt about it. Former national champion in her own right. But yeah, I don't see. My money would be on STB in this one, no doubt about it. All right, next up.
Clearly, he needs to change his wardrobe though, because he's been working out and now his sleeves don't fit anymore.
Well, it was an interesting photo shoot. Anyways, Platinum Dragon Championship. This should be a good one. DW defending against Hotshot Chaz. This is Chaz's biggest match. This is his biggest match of his RAWF career, in my opinion, because he's going for the heart and soul of RAWF. Something I think is no, and this is no offense to DW because she's also an RAWF Hall of Famer, but this is something that Chaz, I think he definitely needs in his career. And so I'm looking forward to seeing if he can indeed win that Platinum Dragon Championship. What are your thoughts here?
I'm going with Chaz on this one. I just am. And it's not even disrespectful to DW. I've said in the past where, like, I usually don't pick against her because she proves me wrong. But I'm going with my heart on my sleeve on this one. I've been a huge supporter of Hot Shots for ages now. I really want to see him win it. I'm going with him.
All right, I agree. And again, no offense to DW, she's a great champion, a great representative of RAWF, but I think this is definitely could be Chaz's night at Philadelphia Freedom. And then finally, the main event of Philadelphia Freedom for the World Heavyweight Championship. It will be the Paragon of Greatness defending against Blake Bradley. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. You've had a couple weeks to think about this. Vacant, what are your thoughts on Paragon versus Blake for the World Heavyweight Championship?
So you're right. I had a few weeks to think about this. And then tonight, everything I thought about got thrown out the window because not only does he have to defend his men's championship before going to this match, but now he has to have an MMA-style cage fight before he goes into this match.
Yeah, indeed.
He is going into this match hurt, period. End of sentence. And Paragon isn't. I don't see how he beats Paragon in that scenario. I just don't see it.
Did I skip over the Midnight Hobo? You might be right. Oh, let me. All right, let's go backwards for a second. For the Midnight Hobo Championship, Ken Costa defending his newly won Midnight Hobo Championship against Cara DeVille. How do you see this one playing out? Cara has been both competitors been doing very well in RAWF as of late.
They have, and I don't mean this to be mean to Ken at all. Before Ken won this title, I was still going to say this, that I think Cara walks out with this belt. And I don't think the change in ownership of that title alters that. I don't think it matters who has that belt. I think Cara walks out with it.
Yeah, you think Cara was going to win it no matter if it was Billy Gunn or Ken Costa?
Yeah, I think it's just fated. I think it's just it's time.
I think this could be a lot closer than what you think.
If I turn out to be wrong, I'll actually be happy. I'd love to see Ken have a run. And this has, and my pick has nothing to do with Ken. It is purely to do with Cara.
And that's fair. That is fair. Yeah, I do apologize for skipping over that. But let's go back to this main event. We weren't quite done talking about it. Paragon versus Blake Bradley, and yeah, it is going to be a rough night for Blake. I mean, as you said, he's going to be in in battle with for the Irish Fist Championship against his fellow mate STB. He's going to have to go up against defend his men's championship against Michael Brewer, and then turn around just minutes later and face the Paragon of Greatness for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is going to be Blake's biggest night in RAWF, and could be very well be the biggest night of his career if he were to walk away with more than just the one championship he has right now. So we will see. But Paragon, we never count Paragon out for certain as the World Heavyweight Champion. He has been something special since winning that title from the Immortal Griffith. What was it? Was it Jingle Hell Rock? It was.
I believe so.
So he has been a champion for over half a year. Not a bad run there for certain. We're probably looking around 200 days at this point. So yeah, it is a definite run. Can he keep it going against Blake Bradley? We find out in 2 weeks. All right. So, with all of that being said, it's going to be a great night. I'm very much looking forward to Philadelphia Freedom in 2 weeks' time. We're going to take a quick song break. When we return, we'll be talking with some of the superstars of RAWF about Philadelphia Freedom and superstars and all of that good stuff. We will be back in just a few moments. This is RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network.
Yes, bitch. Ooh, this is my song. I'm about to do it for the Yeti, bitch.
For the
better
Yeti.
fuck that
Oh, God.
shit.
For the Yeti. Oh, God. She gon' buzz it for the Yeti. Oh, God. She gon' buzz it for the Yeti. Now do it for the Yeti. Do it for the, do it.
Yeti.
Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti.
Yeti.
Do it for the
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 Yeti.
She about to buzz it for the Yeti. She about to buzz it for the Yeti.
It's time.
She about to buzz it for the Yeti.
It's time.
She about to buzz it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti.
Oh God.
Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti.
Oh God.
Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti.
Oh yeah.
Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti.
My God.
Yeti, 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 Yeti. She gon' buzz it for the Yeti. She gon' do it for the Yeti. Hold up. Do it for the. 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 Do it for the.
I see the motherfucking titties on the Yeti. Okay, nipple rings, I don't think they ready, getting ready with a passion. No waiting, no relaxing, I'm asking. Baby, don't crab like Sebastian, I'm laughing. That ass in the class that she passing. That ass in my class that my ass never had. I'm never macking. They say my dog fresh, make it happen. At a bed, lose the panties, she trash. On the Yeti with Charlie and Beamer. She wanna ride the wiener, just look at her demeanor. Damn, who the fuck is that? She a teaser. Do she live in the city, nigga? I ain't never seen her. Yeah, I like it when they bust it wide open. For real. But I love it when I'm deep inside stroking. I'm scrolling, trying to find where the hoes at. You might see him on the Yeti, nigga, I'ma fold it.
Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the. Do it. Do it for the Yeti. 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 She about to buzz it for the Yeti. She about to buzz it for the Yeti.
It's time.
She about to buzz it for the Yeti.
It's time.
She about to buzz it for the Yeti. Do it for the. Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti.
Oh God.
Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti.
Oh God.
Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti.
Oh yeah.
Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti.
My God.
She gon' buzz it for the Yeti. She gon' do it for the Yeti. Hold up. Do it for the skinny girl. Do it for the girl. Do it for the skinny girl. Do it for the girl. Do it for the skinny girl. Do it for the girl. Do it for the Yeti. Do it for the Yeti. Okay, she about to buzz it for the Yeti. Hold on, now they pulling out they sellers. When the beat drop, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Now they throwing dollars like confetti. Oh my God. Try to get the party live. She stick her tongue, God, then she roll her eyes. Try to get the trend and then she do it right. She a celebrity in the city, right? Pit booty girl, you can start that flow. Bust it for the Yeti, 300 like smoke. Anonymous cannabis with the choice of the roll. Post smash on the Yeti, but the boy don't know. Do it for the Yeti, do it for the Yeti.
Oh God.
Do it for the Yeti, do it for the Yeti.
Oh God.
Do it for the Yeti, do it for the Yeti.
Oh yeah.
Do it for the Yeti, do it for the Yeti.
My God.
She gon' buzz it it for the Yeti. Hold up, do it for the skinny girl. Do it for the girl. Do it for the skinny girl. Do it for the girl. Do it for the skinny girl. Do it for the girl. Do it for the skinny girl. Do it for the skinny girl.
And we are back. This is RAWF After Hours on the RAWF Radio Network. I am Lord Amadeus. This is El Vacant. Are you ready?
Yes, bitch.
Are you ready for Philadelphia Freedom, El Vacant?
See.
What match of all those ones we just talked about do you think you're looking forward to the most? Which one most intrigues you?
I mean, the main event is always going to have my attention, right? It's the main event. It's, you know, and in this particular case, it's a fight people have been waiting to see for a while. So I think that's going to be a hell of a fight. I think it's going to be I think that fight alone is worth the price of admission, right? That being said, taking the obvious answer and putting it aside, right? Honestly, I think the Ken Costa Cara Deville match is going to be fire.
I mean, I can't disagree with that. I can't, and that one's going to be a good one, to be certain. I mean, yeah, I have to agree. That one is pro. But I also am looking forward to the Platinum Dragon Championship match. DW Hotshot Chaz.
I agree. That is also going to be a good. Well, so here's the thing. That's going to go one of three ways. It's going to be a barn burner. That's going to be the match of the night. Or one or the other are going to completely flub, not show up, and hand the match to the other person. Those are our options. And the problem is with both people involved, that could happen in any one of those ways.
Yeah. So we shall see. That one is going to be a great match, as are all of the matches on the upcoming Philadelphia pay-per-view, Philadelphia Freedom pay-per-view. Let's talk to
there is a match we didn't really discuss because it only got brought up tonight. Which is that RFC match.
Well, that one's going to be a fight, and it's going to
that is going to be a barn burner. As long as they walk in there and fight for real, and with what those two have already said to each other and said to interviewers, I don't think there's going to be any shenanigans. I think they're going to go in there and they're going to fight to win, and I think that's going to be a hell of a fight.
Agreed. And so, with that being said, and yeah, I think the whole card from top to bottom is going to be exciting. But let's talk to the man we just talked about just a few minutes ago, the reigning Midnight Hobo Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Oh.
I don't think that's what you meant to hit.
No, that's not what I meant to hit. There it is.
Born in the shadows, raised in the pain, taught by the scars, baptized in the rain. They took my soul, left me hollow inside. Now there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Every scream they gave, every tear I bled, built the monster that they now dread. I'm the beast within, unleashed tonight. No mercy lives where there's no light. Run if you can, but you'll never win. There's no...
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ken Costa to the program. Ken, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there, like always.
Like always. All right. Congratulations, sir, the new Midnight Hobo Champion. The biggest night of your career in RAWF?
Maybe. What do you think?
I mean, considering All things considering, I think so. Certainly a big win for you, and kudos to Billy Gunn for accepting your challenge. So congratulations, and how are you feeling, champ? And have you received your first shipment of Midnight Hobo yet?
Okay, just before I speak about Billy Gunn, the title, the Philadelphia Freedom match, allow me to give a gift, either to you or to El Vacant here. Oh, Hall El Vacant.
I like prezzies.
Good. Actually, you two, among all the others, even Big Purple Guy, you two saw my journey over the past year, like
See,
ups and downs, big wins, big losses, trying to be the big guy here, trying to do something, and finally, after a long year, I walk in the show and I'm not empty-handed because I have the gold around my waist and a box in my hand now. So allow me to put it on the table because this is your gift, guys.
All right. What? Open yours first, El Vacant.
maybe you. Now I'm concerned. It's not going to explode, right?
Okay. Just let me burn off that thing. That box has 5 million coins to the company. Consider it a thank you from Ken. Just consider the donation. Make it attorney, whatever. But this is from me being loyal to the RAWF. 5 million coins on the table, all yours.
Wow. So you are donating 5 million coins to RAWF? Just okay. All right.
That is very generous.
Very,
On behalf of RAWF, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Ken. I appreciate
I'm
that.
sure we will put that to good use.
We might
Thank
have
you too.
maybe that might be I may have an use for that 5 million coins. We'll see. I will think on it and see if maybe we can't come up with a little something extra for Philadelphia Freedom. But Ken, so you now uh, let's get back to the Midnight Hobo Championship. You do understand what Midnight Hobo is, right? You understand the significance of the Midnight Hobo Championship, do you not?
Damn shit, I know. Because this gold has been held by big names like we can say Conk, maybe we can say Extreme Enigma, and of course by the hobo guy, the one with the 4 letters, one word, one up, yeet, hobo Ezekiel. And I know that it means something great as a major title in the company. And as you see, one long year I was trying to cross my obstacles to prove that I'm not a jobber in this company because, as a vacant once said, even our jobbers in the RAWF are world champions outside. Yeah, it was true. Code by Vacant. I was a world champion outside, top tier, even an early Hall of Famer in one of the companies. And here, among anyone, among any challenge, I wanted to have this moment that I should had 1 year ago, but you can say that I was a fool, silly, blind, that before I think of what I can do in the RAWF, I was thinking about the RAWF scumbags sees me, while I should think of who I am, how special I am, how great I am, and how far I can go. And when I started to change my way of thinking, it only took 2 weeks to become the Midnight Hobo champion. But even with that, actually, I am not happy because the Midnight Hobo title seems something great to all of you, but for me, it's not the thing that I seek. Actually, I am not a dog seeking one bread. I want to go further, do better, be bigger. So, believe it or not, like it or not, actually, that title is just the beginning to a big damn road to the world heavyweight title picture, if not being the champion himself soon.
I like
Well,
it.
I like it. I agree with you, and certainly I can certainly understand where you're coming from.
Can I back this up just a
Oh,
little?
oh, 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 I just forgot something. Tell Randall it's Ahmed Z. Ish. It's Ahmed, not Ahmed. If, like, i- yes, yes, if you want to say it in the American accent, you can say Ahmed, but not Ahmed. Not that shit he said. Anyway,
I mean, he would know.
thank you.
He would. I'm not going to quite.
So it is like Jeff Dunham's puppet, Ahmed, right?
Right, Ahmed.
I thought
Right.
that was spelled differently, but I will take your word for it.
Well, thank you. We appreciate the information.
I want to back up to the initial question that was asked, because by the answer, I think the actual answer is no. So, you do realize that the Midnight Hobo Championship is named after an actual retail item called Midnight Hobo, right?
Oh, really?
Oh, he doesn't know. All right. So when we're done here, I will have Randy introduce you to what Midnight Hobo is, and the fact that you get ridiculous supplies of it for free while you are the champion. You should try. You should try the black.
Let me ask you something, Ken. What's your favorite? Do you drink alcohol? Do you drink at all? Do you drink alcohol? Do you imbibe?
No. I am zero alcoholic guy. But you can say I smoke, I vape, but drinks? No. Not.
You never, so in other words,
That makes sense.
you will not have a use for the Midnight Hobo because it is an alcoholic beverage, which is probably for the best, because it's an alcoholic beverage that was made by an RAWF original named Shifty the Drunken Clown, and it's an alcohol that contains things that he can't even say because
I'm fairly certain one of them is jet fuel.
yeah, because if he does so, then national security will be on his ass in a minute. It is some of the nastiest alcohol you ever tasted.
It's a shame that the new Midnight Hobo is not drinking, and as Maeve said that if I don't want it, I can give it back to her. Maybe this is the Midnight Hobo title like any title. You want it? Play a match, earn a spot in the rankings, take a spot or take a contendership match winning. Come here, try, and I trust
I mean,
you.
she could also just challenge for it like you did.
Maybe, but we can escape it to next month because I'm thinking of taking.
Oh, it's a little late now.
some.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is too late to accept challenges before Philadelphia Freedom. So yeah, you will be going into Philadelphia Freedom defending that Midnight Hobo Championship against Cara DeVille. And so, what are your thoughts? Just 2 weeks out from, I mean, it could be that you only have a 3 week reign with that Midnight Hobo Championship, but
Can you?
because
Can you, boss vacant? Can you two show some respect and don't ever interrupt me again?
Oh, I have ADHD. I can't promise that.
I will give you. If you stay silent all the way I'm talking, I will order pizza for you two. Deal?
I do like pizza.
Deal. All right, deal. Now, Cara, not again. Anyway. Cara Deville. I have a small history with her in some indie company, and I was a rookie, and she was a bitch. Actually, she is calling herself bitch budding, so it's not a shame to her, but she was a bitch. And we fought twice, once a weekly show and once in the pay-per-view. And I was kind of guy who loves eating shit like hook. I was kind of nosy guy like always, but I am cool now. In the two matches, I just kicked her ass. Her ass damn good. So now, Ken is not a rookie, but she's still a bitch. Ken is not Mid Carter, but she's still a bitch. Ken is now a champion, a major champion, but she's still a bitch. So if Ken the Rocky defeated the bitch, so what can Ken the champion do? I will leave the answer to you, boss, to you, Lincoln, but not all these marks. Next.
Wow. Wow. That was I was not expecting that, but all right.
I believe I'm going to see if I can channel my inner Maeve here correctly. Rude. I'm pretty sure that's what she said.
I am an Egyptian rude.
I'm sure we will find out what she says about a little bit later. But all right, Ken. With that being said, I guess it sounds like you are ready for a Cara Deville at Philadelphia Freedom in 2 weeks' time. Who did Randy say you were facing tomorrow? Did you happen to catch that? I'm going to take a look at this list here. Crazy Mama. So pretty. Crazy Mama's no slouch, but I would think you could beat her pretty easily tomorrow.
I think Ken said what he had to say and left.
Oh, okay. Well, that was our Midnight Hobo champion, Ken Costa, defending against Cara Deville at Philadelphia Freedom in 2 weeks. All right. So, with that being said, next up, ladies and gentlemen, for once, I don't believe he has a scheduled match for Philadelphia Freedom early. I think so. Let's see what's on the mind of this man.
Dark winds blow through the night, ravens scream an eerie sight. Shadows dance in the moon's pale light. Soul Reaper walks no respite. Cloak of dread he wears so tight. Eyes like fire in the darkest night. Whispers echo, hearts in fright. Soul Reapers call, no end in sight. Cloak of dread he wears so tight. Eyes like fire in the darkest night. Whispers echo, hearts in fright. Soul Reapers call, no end in sight. He takes the lost, no remorse. Strikes them on the final.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Celtic Nightmare, the Soul Reaper, is here. Good evening, Reaper.
I do have a match, an opponent for Philadelphia Freedom. I just don't have a match type yet.
All right, remind me who the heck you're facing then. I thought
the challenge was laid out on Superstars and then accepted. Hio del Secador.
And that would
be.
Oh, it's who?
Hio del Secador. Translate in Spanish, it translates to Son of the Reaper.
Is he your son?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Okay, I said that because I was kidding. I didn't think I was actually going to get a yes answer. Wait a minute. So this
he's the one that was that attacked me 2 weeks in a row.
Why would your son? What did you do to him? That
be dead.
I didn't even know he existed until recently. I
Say
had
what?
no idea he even existed until recently.
Are you sure you're the father? Do we need to get Maury Povich?
No, Maury retired. In fact, I don't even know if he's still living.
Well, we can find somebody. Do we need to? Do we do? Are you?
There's
Are
one
we,
of the judge ladies now that took over that bit about.
oh, that's right. You're right. So we need Judge. What's her name? I can't remember what her name is, but yeah, you're right.
You're talking about paternity court, whatever that lady's name is.
Yeah,
the lady that does the child
Do we need to
support
have-
cases on that TV show.
Yes. At any rate, so we're sure that this is your son. You know
Yeah.
for a fact. Okay, you know what my next you know what my next question is going to be, right?
Yeah, but go ahead.
Who's the mother?
Honestly, I haven't thought about that. I don't. Someone from my past.
Well, obviously.
No. Well, yeah, I would think so. I would think so. So okay, but he's been attacking you. Why?
That's what I'd like to find out. I was hoping the little coward would show up tonight, but I guess he's not here.
Okay, so you're having a match with him at Philadelphia Freedom, but we don't know what kind.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
I mean, I'm throwing a few. I've been trying to think of a few in my head, but no match types that actually really make sense.
Okay.
I mean, there's one, but that one is more appropriate for something like Graveyard Smash, but that's a ways off. We're still still 2 pay-per-views away.
All right. Well, this seems like this has gotten quite complicated. But hopefully, maybe next week you'll have more information for us. I mean, like find out who his mother is, find out why he's attacking you. All of that would be good. You know.
I think we got that part. I'd be attacking my dad too if he didn't know who my mom was.
Right.
That's just rude.
I guess too many years. What the fuck, Chaz? What the fuck? Did he really just suggest a paternity test on a pole match?
God damn it!
Well, to be fair, it wouldn't be the weirdest. It wouldn't be the weirdest match we've ever had in RAWF.
Yeah, what was that bunny?
I support
that bunny costume, whatever that was at Immortal, or was that Radiversary?
I believe that was Immortal.
Yeah,
at any rate.
Who the hell thought up that one?
I don't know, but
I mean,
you know, paternity.
One match I came up with in my head, that would normally be more appropriate for a Halloween pay-per-view, but that one would probably have both of those match types beat on the weird shit-o-meter. Although it would add a horror theme to it. But
all right. Well, I guess you can come back next week and give us more information there, Soul Reaper. But good luck to you against this. What is Hijo? What did you say his name was?
Hijo del Segador. Come on, I thought
Gesundheit.
El Vacant would. He knows Spanish.
I do. I'm just assuming. Does this mean that you had a little too much fun south of the border? Like what?
That's entirely possible. I get like that when I've had too much tequila.
I mean, yeah. The name does give a clue that maybe you were
That having too much fun south of the border, that is entirely possible, Vacant. That happens when you mix tequila with your frickin' tacos. The hell do you put in those things anyway?
Tequila.
Last time I had them tacos, I had a bad fucking trip on it, and I didn't even have any tequila that time.
No. We put it in the taco. The extra tequila is just extra.
All right. Well, if this conversation goes any longer, I'm going to need some tequila. So, Reaper, how about you come back next week and give us some more information and talk more about this when you have it more settled down,
All
more
right.
facts and more and you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Celtic Nightmare, the Soul Reaper. That was a revelation, Vacant.
Yes.
I did not see that one coming at all.
Apparently, someone did see something. Never mind.
All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk to the one and only.
He walks in silence, storm in his veins, steel in his eyes, unchained by pain. Scars like metals, carved in flame. They whisper one word, they whisper his name. In every step, a battle cry, born to rise, never die. He strikes like thunder, breathes like flame. In the heat of the fight, he owns the game. He's a dragon in the ring, hear the fire roar. Every hit, every slam shakes the floor. And it's coming like a storm, untamed. No cage can hold what the fire claimed. Warrior's soul, fists ignite. He's burning bright in the...
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kenta to the program. Kenta, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am here. The Golden Dragon has arrived. How are you doing, El Vacant and LA?
You're not gonna surprise us by telling us you have a son we didn't know about, are you?
No, as far as I'm concerned, I'm shooting blanks.
Okay, that was more than we needed to know. That's almost no. Okay, at any rate, Kenta, well, I mean, anyways, wow. All right, where were we going? This Kenta, how are you doing this evening? What's on your mind? I know you have probably a lot that you want to discuss, but you did have an attempt at a title a couple weeks ago. Did not go your way, but still, it was good that somebody offered you a title shot.
Well, honestly, if I'm being honest, LA,
No, lie to us.
Vacant, I'm a bit disappointed in myself that I didn't get to win the championship. It's been so long since I've had a title in RAWF. 8 years. It's been 8 long years since I had one. The last title shot I had was around 2020 before I left. And I guess I buckled down on the pressure. It's been so long since I have a big match in RAWF that, important. And yeah, I fucking made a lot of mistakes in that match. Total rookie move by the Golden Dragon. Disappointed.
I mean, don't overlook the fact that you were also in there against Blake, who is one of the top competitors in RAWF.
That is true. He is. It was also the first time we actually fought. We've never actually faced each other in the ring. Anywhere.
Well, see, there you go. I mean, you certainly shouldn't be disappointed. The fact that somebody saw something in you to offer you a title shot after you were turned down by DW for a Platinum Dragon Championship shot. It shows that you've got some respect in the locker room, and that opportunities are going to come your way. And like I just said a little while ago to El Vacant, I do believe you're a future. You're going to win some gold here in RAWF sooner rather than later.
Well, it's in the name, Golden Dragon. I won't stop till I get one. Hopefully, World Championship soon. Sorry, something was caught in my throat there.
Well, I mean,
it happens a lot around here.
It does. People people should be shooting for the World Heavyweight Championship. There's not enough people that talk about it a lot. If you want to look at how you get to that title, look at the people that have won it, like Paragon, Griffith, and people like that. People like that who know how to get there. Follow their lead, because that's the path to the World Heavyweight Championship in RAWF. So, and you're getting there. I do have a feeling you will be a title holder of some sort very soon.
Yes, I got a feeling. I'm not gonna stop until I get. Well, I have a list here. First step is to get the Platinum Dragon Championship. Second step, Men's Championship. And finally, the third step would be World Heavyweight Championship. Those are the steps to my. Those are my goals.
It seems oddly out of order.
Those are high goals. There's definitely high goals. You don't get championships, particularly the Platinum Dragon and World Championship, are not easy to attain. So I wish you the best of luck, and I would love to see you hold one of those titles someday.
Yes, I do. The Golden Dragon also wishes one too.
El Vacant, anything you'd like to ask Kenta?
Well, so I guess here's the thing. So you didn't take the title, and we went over that, right? But I would say, did you learn anything out of that match that's going to help you set yourself up for future matches?
Don't overthink. That's the only thing that I had to learn in that match. Don't overthink too much. Just do what you do, like you always do. Stay chill, and always keep calm.
I like it. That's fair. You talk to some of the greats in any sport, and they'll all tell you the same thing, that the worst thing you can do is get in your own head. So I think I think you're right.
Yeah. The Golden Dragon is happy for the opportunity and happy for the respect, but I want some gold. And I need
happy for the respect. Be happier with a belt.
All right. Well, Kenta, I hate to rush you off, but unless you had something else you wanted to discuss, tomorrow on Superstar, we have you. Who did? Olivia McGinnis is your opponent tomorrow on Superstars. So good luck with that, and we will see. We will see if we get you some gold here in the near future here in RAWF.
All right. Thanks for having me in the show, LA and El Vacant. Stay golden, you two, and
thanks for calling in.
All right, that was the Golden Dragon joining us, and again, I'm going to reiterate, I do think he is a future title holder of some sort here in RAWF. He may sound like he has some lofty goals, but you know what? It's nice that
Look, in this industry, if you don't have lofty goals, why are you here?
Exactly. Agreed. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is one half of the tag team champions. He is also the former multimedia champion. They are the former multimedia champion. Please welcome. gentlemen, please welcome Extreme Enigma to the program. Enigma, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello? Can you hear us?
Yep, I'm still here. Just waiting for
Okay.
your little intro shtick.
The intro. Okay, but at any rate,
Is that like a disco stick?
No, that's apparently Soul Reaper's shtick.
Oh, that's fair.
all right, Enigma. So I got to give you kudos as multimedia champion. You accepted at least a couple challenges, and that's commendable. Certainly, not enough champions do that. So, but are you regretting giving Sai the opportunity now that that title has been taken by her?
No, can't say I regret it at all. It's better to do something and, even if the result's negative, at least you did it. You owned up to your chops. I owned up to being a fighting champion, which is more than you can say for a few people around here, no matter where their focuses are. And I mean, I'm pissed. Don't get me wrong. I'm very fucking pissed about Sai and winning my belt and some other things, but there's a time and place for everything when it comes to speaking your mind, going off, dropping metaphorical pipe bombs here and there. I don't know. Ella, do you think it's a good day to let things off my chest, or just like let loose?
I can't think of a better day. Also, can't think of a worse one. So go ahead.
Yippee! I get the mic. I get the hot mic. I get to talk a lot of shit, more shit than a lot of people talk. Listen, I come on here almost every week. Like sometimes I'll have an off week where either my head's hurting or I just need an off week to get away from you fucking annoying people, the radio itself. I come here every single week. I come to the shows every single week. At the very least, I'm showing up for my matches and putting on some kind of performance. But I can still say that even when I lose, I'm putting on my best. I can still say that when I'm getting pinned for the Multimedia Championship, I still put my best foot forward, and might I say, I put on the best goddamn match of the week last week, or the night last week. Yeah, you get pissed off, your words get mixed up, that's fun. I am not mad that I lost the titles. Titles come and go. I've won the Superstar title 4 times and lost it just as many times. The Multimedia title is now in my past, and as much as that stings me, as much as that makes me want to, I don't know, punch a hole in the wall, break a beer bottle against the wall, jump over the desk here and attack a radio co-host, don't worry, you're not getting attacked tonight. Maybe another night. I'm not going to do that because that's stupid. That's silly. I'm going to move on from it. I'm going to keep taking any momentum that I have, and even if it's losing a lot of steam there, I'm going to keep moving forward. Because if there's one thing that keeps me going in this company, I've said it before, it's spite. It's the general anger, not just because of one little inconvenience. It's the anger that festers and boils. Because every single week, like I said, I come here. I show up. I put on spectacles, whether it's a Superstars match or an RFC match, which, by the way, Chosen, good win. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm putting on the best shit you see every single fucking week. Whether I'm talking up a storm, or beating someone's ass, or even getting my ass beat. The only thing that makes me mad about losing a multimedia title is now it's in the elevated society, or as I so eloquently put it last week, the elevated circle jerk. Because all these fuckers have been doing for months now, well, almost a year now, basically ever since Sheik came back after I beat Blake Bradley's ass at Philadelphia Freedom last year in a shut the F up match. It's just been nothing but, oh, Blake, you're so good. Oh, I'm the Sheik, and I'm pumping you up. I'm pumping you off. All they do is talk about how good each other are. And I'll admit, they can get some wins. Look at who's in the world title scene, for God's sake. Look who's always in the world title scene. I'm not going to sit here and say they're shitty wrestlers, because they can wrestle circles around me or anyone else when they lock in. All I'm going to say is that they're lazy, and they're starting to become the very thing that I criticized other people for. It's pretty fucking bad. When I came into this company bad-mouthing Griffith, the guy who, he can like him or hate him, he's easy to hate. And now I have less of a problem with Griffith, and I have all the fucking problems with this elevated piece of shit society. You got the abbreviation of ES, you're a poor man's esoteric society at best. And we all know our opinions about that little group back in the day. Blake, STB, Cy, Shaker, Chris, you guys are at the top of your fucking career. I'll give you that. Even Chris. But right now, you're all stagnating because you're getting comfortable. STB, you didn't take my little title match challenge for the national title, and look, I beat you in the middle of the ring. Was it because you were scared to lose? Blake, like I said, you're good at winning. You're going into a big fucking match. A couple, actually. Good for you. But let me remind you who had your number last year. Let me remind you who's had your number before. Every second you take getting comfortable, sitting back, I'll say it one more time because it's funny to give you a visual image, jerking each other off. There's your last funny moment of the show tonight, boys and girls. Is the second that I keep getting better. I took that look at me saying elevated. I took that multimedia title to new heights. I was, dare I say, the best multimedia champion since a certain person who I'm very close with and work with. And when I win my next title belt, and trust me, it's gonna happen, I'm gonna bring that title even more legacy, even more brilliance than any of you motherfuckers could with any title in RAWF.
All right. Wow, that was a mouthful. I have to admit, but I saw a lot that I agree with in that rant, which is unusual for one of your rants. But that being said, you do realize you are facing Chris Cage one-on-one tomorrow on Superstars.
No, I didn't catch that. Oh my fucking god, LA. Where's Randy? I gotta give him a handshake. I'm gonna take Ken Costa's Midnight Hobo and give him a little Midnight Hobo. He's given me a shot to fuck with him before Philadelphia Freedom when I get to fuck with him and Papa Shaker. That's gonna be a great time. I can't wait to get my hands on this little sleazy fuck and show him what an actual wrestler is like. Like I said, you're getting too comfortable, Chris.
Well, speaking of the tag team division, you and Joe Booth currently the tag team champions here in RAWF, Crown Control, and I have to say, Joe Boo has been making quite a bit of noise himself as of late. And since you two are so close, talk to me about how he felt when he won the Xanther the Platinum Dragon Memorial Tournament.
Well, oh my god, listen, we all know that Jobu's a loud motherfucker. We all know that he can talk a lot. The amount of talking he's done since winning that tournament is blowing even my mind. It's putting me to shame. He hasn't come on the radio, at least since he came back. I don't know when the last time he was on a radio. He's having the time of his life, and I'm happy for him. I can mope here, and I can be sad about my losses and my fucking presentation. Jobu's having a great fucking time. One half of the tag team champions. Xanther the Memorial Dragon tournament winner. I see a lot of good things in his future here in RAWF.
I can't disagree. Right now, he's on a roll. I mean, it is not easy to win the Xanther tournament. Talk to me about his opportunity at the Triple Crown Championship. He's facing two members of that group that you were just talking about, the Elevated Society. He's got to get through two of them to become Triple Crown Champion, Seabell and Chris Cage. Your thoughts?
Oh my god, it never ends. They're everywhere. Real quick, I'm just going to end it on this sentence before I get into the Triple Crown thing. If y'all look at who Jobu beat on the way to win that thing, by the way, Paragon, STB, Dez, some other big names, fucking fantastic. I just wanted to shout him out for that again. Go, Jobu. Triple Crown title. Jobu is going to be getting a lot of pointers from me about Chris, because, I mean, shit. The win-loss record is very tilted between me and Chris, between company to company, but at the very least, I can give him some pointers there. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see him get this win, not just for the title, not just because he's my friend, but because a little bit of, I guess, revenge on Sai. I don't hate Sai. I barely dislike her. I just really want to see her and the rest of the Elevated Society suffer, and at least them suffer by proxy. So if Jobu can bring another title to the Crown Control Suite, that's fucking great, and I have no doubt in his mind he can do it.
All right. Well, as for you, big match against Chris Cage tomorrow, and of course, with the tag team division, you and Joe quite possibly might have a trophy of freedom with the Godslayers. Your thoughts?
What's there to say about the Godslayers that hasn't been said by everyone? There's literally nothing more that can be said about the Immortal Griffith, because the Tempest, the Maelstrom, he's done everything, been everything. At least don't tell him about the titles he hasn't won, because he's going to start hyperfixating on those. He's going to be a fucking challenge. Maeve, going to be a fucking challenge. Fun fact, last year I faced Blake Bradley in a match at Philadelphia Freedom. 2 years ago, my first Philly Freedie was against Maeve for the Champion's Choice belt. So, just beyond that match, I got mad history with those two. I'm not going to lie. Don't think we've ever beaten the Godslayers here in RAWF. I don't think I've beaten them with AF James or Johnny or Vex. Did I tag with Vex? I don't know if we tagged in this company. Don't think we've ever beaten the Godslayers in RAWF, but I'm going to break the fourth wall here a little bit. We have beaten the Godslayers before in a little company called No Mercy Wrestling, so maybe I just got to show no mercy if it comes down to that.
All right. Sounds good. El Vacant, any questions for Enigma?
No, I don't think so.
Boo, that's no fun. At least ask me what I'm going to do with the Midnight Hobo when I confiscate it from Ken.
I mean, I've met you. You're going to drink it and do self-harm.
Goddamn right.
I mean, the drinking it is the self-harm in this particular case, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, they are the Extreme Enigma. What does the future hold? We find out here as time goes on. Thank you, Enigma.
Thank you, LA. Thank you, Vacants. Fuck Chris Cage. Goodbye.
I don't want to fuck Chris Cage. Do you want to fuck Chris Cage? Oh, never mind.
Talk to Destroyer.
All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, the first class lass.
She answered.
The first class lass herself. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
There's a name you won't ever speak. Molly Malone, she walked alone. Her footsteps echo cold as stone. They said she cursed the midnight air with a heart too broken to repair. A wrong soul left in the dust. Now they whisper that's what she gets for trust. She was the ghost they couldn't save. A restless heart, a silent grave. Every word was a fleeting dream. Every prayer a twisted scream.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Maeve O'Hare now joining us here on After Hours. Good evening, Maeve.
Good evening, Bossman. Good evening, Bacon.
Oh, hi.
Is everybody in some kind of mood tonight? I'm catching strays left, right, and center.
It's the heat.
It's the heat, and
the heat is awful.
This is what happens when we take a week off. They get 2 weeks to get stirred up. To stew, yes.
They need the time to rub the brain cells together.
Indeed. So, how are you tonight, Maeve? And what's on your mind?
Oh, what's not on my mind? Let me start by asking yourself a question, boss man. I've been a GM here for going on 2 years now. Have you ever once had anyone tell you that I've been unprofessional in my role as a GM?
Never.
Do you expect your GMs not to act like wrestlers when they wrestle?
Let's see. Here are the GMs I have in my company. I have the Immortal Griffith, the Paragon of Greatness, the First Lady of the... No. The answer to your question is no. You should talk all the shit you want to in matches that you compete in RAWF.
So I'm absolutely allowed to say what I think when I'm facing someone in a match.
Absolutely.
And wouldn't you say that someone who could barely string 2 moves together probably did prove that they were a little useless in the match against him?
That would be an acceptable thing to say to somebody who is unable to get off a couple of moves. Yes.
Rest my case. Reaper, don't come for me again unless I send for you. Moving on. Enigma. My favorite non-binary wrestler. You know, the thing that I don't understand about Enigma, they just sat here in this chair that I'm sitting in and said that they're fully aware that Jobu is perfectly capable of talking their own shite. So why the feck are you going around like you're the Silver Surfer and he's Galactus? I don't need to hear every accomplishment of Jobu's from your lips. If I cared what Jobu were doing, I would look for it myself. I would say talk about your own accomplishments, but given that we just saw what happened when you faced Sibel, I reckon there's not much to talk about there. I hope that you're enjoying your last few weeks with those tag belts, because the God Slayers are here, and we're going to do what we said we were going to do when we came back into the division. That's win the division and go after the belts. And unfortunately for Enigma and Jobu, Crown Control does not have the best of records against the God Slayers. And as I pointed out to Reaper earlier on, all we can go on is what we've seen in the past. So just like we've seen Reaper come up with convoluted matches that he doesn't even understand and can't follow his own rules, we're going to see Jobu and Enigma fold like a house of cards when they get into the ring with the God Slayers.
All right. Of course, that is not official as of press time. There's still I believe.
Technically, we got 2 matches we got to win, but we're undefeated in top of the rankings. What do you think's going to happen?
We shall see. But yeah, it should be very interesting to say the least. And yes, I do not expect my GMs to talk any differently than other competitors in their trash talk rankings matches. Or so yeah. All right. So, with that being said, Vacant, anything you'd like to ask, Maeve?
Remember, this is a family.
Yeah, what are you doing after the show? Want to get some drinks? I know a really good tequila bar.
As long as it's not Midnight Hobo.
No. I use that to clean the fryers.
I'm still trying to get rid of the last few cases of that.
I mean, what color? As long as it's not the red, I can use it to clean my fryers.
No, it's the green one.
Oh no, I can use that. That'll work.
All right, I'll get it to you. Send your nephews by, and I'll...
I mean, have you ever seen it? It just literally eats the grease. I don't even have to do anything.
There's a reason why I don't ingest it. I don't trust it. I'm honestly interested in what they make the bottles out of, that the bottles hold up to it. Because I feel like that's some of that NASA space age stuff that you see in infomercials. So anyway,
At any rate, Maeve, tomorrow on Superstars here in Pittsburgh, taking on the Redneck Avenger. Any quick thoughts?
I guess I need to bring my notebook so I can get ready for my history lesson. It's always interesting to face Redneck, and I know we're going into a pay-per-view that he's got a lot of history with, and so it'll be a good time, I'm sure. I feel confident. Confidence is key, of course. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I know technically it's not Randy's fault, but I'm going to pick a bone with him anyway because it's fun to pick on Randy.
Accurate.
What does a girl have to do around here to get a shot at the feckin' Superstars title? Because I feel like I've been waiting for a month of Sundays.
There's an algorithm.
I don't maths. If I were good at
Well,
maths, I wouldn't be a wrestler.
I can tell you one way.
I swear to God, if you
Challenge
don't
for
tell
it?
me that I have to challenge for it,
Yep,
I'm
right
going to
so.
flip this table.
Well, I mean, the current Superstars champion is here, and if 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 she is still Superstars champion after tomorrow when she faces Hobo Ezekiel, she has the right to accept the challenge for next
I
week.
mean, apparently she wants me to flash her to get to get a shot at her.
I support this.
I can't say I'm against it either. I'm not saying I support it. I'm just saying I'm not against it.
I absolutely support it. 100%.
I don't beg.
I appreciate you, Destroyer.
But at any rate, I mean, it is a way. It's not like you can't. You are top 25. You have the right to at least call out the call, make the challenge.
I mean, I would just like to know what the established line of challengers is, because I keep thinking that to get close, and then it never happens. And that's a very frustrating feeling. I'm sure the lasses out in the chat can understand what I'm talking about. So, like, on a scale of, like, down the road to halfway across the world, how far away am I from that title shot?
So, I will explain this off air.
All right. You can explain all of the maths to me off air. That's fine. I trust you.
All right, yeah, we'll just do that. We will discuss that one off air because there is a little story to that. But anyways, but yeah, you could always just challenge Destroyer for next week.
As I said, Maeve O'Hare doesn't beg for title shots.
But you're not begging. You've earned the right to challenge. Being in the top 25 you earned it. You know, I mean, that's the way I see it. But that's just me. If you see it as begging, then don't.
What do you say, Destroyer Lass? If I flash you, will you give me a shot at the title?
Oh boy. Sit down.
I gotta get my camera. Don't worry about it. I'm in my phone. I'm not doing it.
Well, we'll see.
Oh,
there you go. If Destroyer retains the title against Hobo Ezekiel, then you are next in line.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. And, you know.
Curse your sudden but inevitable trail, Destroyer.
And if some Hobo defeats her for the Superstars title, I'm almost certain he'd probably give you the shot as well.
Oh, but it's not as much fun to flash Hobo.
Fun for him.
I mean, he'd probably just yell yeet.
I'm not here to be fun for him.
Why not? He's been so much fun for us over the years.
I think he's enough fun for Paragon. I don't think I need to have any fun from him.
All right. Well, Maeve, you got your answer. If indeed Destroyer is still Superstars champion next week, it will be Destroyer versus Maeve O'Hare in the main event next week for the Superstars championship. Let me see.
Kenta, make sure you bring extra of them plushies because you're going to be selling them out. You're going to be selling them out the back of your car. Have you seen my plushie? It's very cute.
Yeah, so is mine actually.
They're all very cute. I even got Kenta to make us some Godslayers ones, and I've got them on my shelf with all my other merch, and I love them.
All right. So yes, we will. Where are we? I'm gonna have to reschedule. Okay. All right. Yes, we will be in Albany, New York next week. So.
Oh, we can go get some steamed hams.
There you go.
I'm sorry. What?
Steamed hams. You've never heard of steamed hams?
What? Okay.
I'll tell you about it later.
Steamed ham.
No, steamed hams.
Plural. You do it with multiple hams.
It's a whole thing. I'll tell you later. Because I know, Bossman still got other folks to bring on.
All right, Maeve. Thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow against Redneck Avenger, and we will see what happens with the Superstars Championship. Will it be your shot next week? We find out when Destroyer
I'll remind
faces
everyone who might be tuning in next week that Maeve is a woman of her word. And so what I promise, I deliver.
All right. Thank you, Maeve, ladies and gentlemen. The first class, last Maeve O'Hare. See, it is just that easy. Sometimes champions will defend. All right. All right. Next up, from one Godslayer to another. Let's talk to the reigning Fubar City champion. He is.
Yoo-hoo! I'll make you famous.
The shadow of the moonlight, a figure stands alone, a warrior born. Through the ages, through the pain, his name etched in blood, forever torn. The Lion of London, he roars in the night. No mercy, no weakness, no end in sight. Inevitable rise, the tempest unleash. All shall fall when the Kraken's released. Through fire and blood, his hands are stained. He stands alone, with none to restrain. Unstoppable force, a wrath untamed. No kingdom or god can withstand his name. Griffins are beyond, the immortal one. Eternal champion, his war's never done. Hunter of monsters, a faction of one. In a world that's broken, he stands with none. The tempest rages, his head held high. An immortal legend that will never die. Through centuries of violence, his name never fades. He fights through the ages, his will never sways.
I am immortal.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is indeed the immortal Griffith. Good evening, Griffith.
Good evening, Lord Amadeus.
So, you're just 2 weeks away from the big matchup with the Teflon Sheik. And yeah, I'm sure you, being immortal, I'm sure time passes for you a lot differently than us mortals. But tell me, do you wish it was sooner, just so you could get it over with?
I couldn't care less. Like, I'm serious. Can I call somebody else out for a match just to have a match that'll matter?
I mean, you can. Unfortunately, it would have to be a higher rank than the Fubar City. Otherwise, it wouldn't be your rankings match.
Oh, it's fine with this being my rankings match. I'm happy for free points. I just want to have something that it won't be boring.
Well, I have no idea who that would be. Anyways, yeah, it's just 2 weeks away from facing Teflon Sheik, and it doesn't. It's we kind of talked it to death 2 weeks ago, which is still not much different.
I've already given more attention than he's ever deserved.
Yeah.
Next subject. I'll leave it at this: no one who isn't a part of his little ragtag group of I don't know, what do you want to call them, is calling for him to even stand a chance. Not one person. And I think that says everything that needs to be said. People who loathe me are picking me for this match.
I can't disagree. All right, well, let's talk about some other things. Came very close to being a Radical Rumble champion. You want to talk about what happened there?
I took my eye off the prize, and Sean made me pay for it, and good for him. Congratulations.
He is a good wrestler. He is one of when he was on the top of his game, he's one of the best in the business. Unfortunately, in RAWF, that hasn't translated to him winning much gold. But he finally did something. Finally, got himself something. here in RAWF. So you think there might be a future for Hitman here in RAWF?
I think if he can find a personality, then yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We already talked to your tag team partner about the opportunity, the possibility of being the next tag team champions here in RAWF. I'm sure you would
The
like to
word you're looking
discuss.
for is inevitability.
Well, it could be. I mean, nothing's official just yet. You have to actually still finish the rankings period. But
Absolutely.
But as we know, you two are a dominant team.
Everywhere we've ever been.
Everywhere you've ever been.
Best
So
tag team in the world, proven it time and again.
And former champions here in RAWF, even if it was for a.
I do want to point something out. A certain someone commented about how in this other company he's beaten the Godslayers, and I'm going to point out that the Godslayers aren't a team in that company, and never have been.
Well, I mean that might be true, but it's Enigma.
I'm not sure. Maybe they're already into the Midnight Hobo. That
well, maybe. There's a title you've never held, is it? Have you? I don't believe you've ever been Midnight Hobo champion.
I have once.
Did you?
Yes.
All right. And did you drink the Midnight Hobo when you were?
No, I have taste.
That's right, you were for 21 days. I apologize. That's right, you beat Enigma. That's right. All right.
And then immediately made sure I went somewhere else so that stuff would not be in my basement.
All right. So, with that being said, opponent tomorrow is Starlight. Any quick thoughts on facing Starlight tomorrow?
Starlight is always a pretty tough opponent. I think it'll be a good fight, but we'll see what we see when the bell rings, won't we?
All right, should be. Unless you had something else you wanted to talk about, Griff. Now, Vake, anything you'd like to ask, Griff?
I mean, he's already made it clear that he doesn't want to discuss the certain someone who's out in the chat mouthing off. Let's see. So you've made a point in a bunch of your interviews. Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. That didn't sit right. Ugh. All right. You've made a point in some of your interviews lately that your focus is elsewhere, and you've made it very clear it's on the Godslayers and getting the tag titles specifically because you want to get a certain someone a second ring, yada yada. We've all heard you speak about it, but I've heard a lot of people saying that that's just an excuse to cover up the fact that you've kind of lost it when it comes to singles competitions, that you're that you just haven't been able to get the job done in singles, so you're just covering that up with this tag stuff. Thoughts? I mean, people can think whatever they want to think. I think personally, if you go and look at the matches where I've made a point of I need to remind some people of some things, you'll notice I dominated them. So, yeah, I have a very specific goal. I've been, the entire time I've been in this company, I've been goal-oriented. And that is, if there's anything that is true about me, it's that. So, look, I'm not looking to go after any major titles other than the ones I have currently in singles. I'm not looking to break any records. I'm not looking to teach anyone lessons they so richly deserve. Well, okay, maybe one someone, but I'm not. I'm just kind of doing my thing, keeping myself on the radar. If something happens, something changes, you'll all know. You'll see the difference.
All right. With that all being said, Griff, Good luck to you tomorrow against Starlight, and 2 weeks away from the big matchup with the Teflon Sheik. Good luck.
Again, you're using superlatives that really it's big. Really, I mean,
big. It's big for him.
I'm sure. When when Glassjaw Joe gets in the ring with Mike Tyson, it's big for him too, but it ain't gonna last very long.
All right. Thank you, Griff. We appreciate your time, and we will talk to you again next week.
You have a good one.
At any rate, should be good. Another match that we haven't mentioned for Philadelphia Freedom. That's a couple matches, actually, that I've been neglecting. First of all, this backyard brawl between Destroyer and Blake Bradley. So, yeah, Blake's really going to be busy at Philadelphia Freedom. We mentioned the 3 matches, and we totally forgot about this other match that he's got that is also going to be, I have a feeling, very painful for him, L. Vacant. Your thoughts on that?
That is not who I would have picked that particular fight with. That's just all I'm saying.
Yes, and these two keep responding to their responses to their responses.
All right, that's been just hilarious for the record.
I agree. It has been. This match here right now is probably the most talked about, actually, of all the Philadelphia Freedom matches.
At least between them.
Yeah, between them, certainly. There's been a lot of back and forth. These two are going to have one hell of a backyard brawl, but, I mean, is Blake stretching himself way too thin at Philadelphia Freedom?
Yes. yes, he is.
He's going to have Destroyer. He's going to have Michael Brewer. He's going to have Simply the Best, and he's going to have the Paragon of Great. If you were to make a guess, what's Blake's win-loss record going to be at Philadelphia Freedom?
What was I saying? I think I cannot pick a winner between Blake and STV. I don't know. I think he's going to keep his men's title. I don't think he's going to take the world. And I have no idea how this backyard brawl is going to go. I didn't even take this fight into account when I was thinking about how he would what he'd be walking into for the main event. Oh God! So he's got an MMA fight, and he's got a backyard brawl, and he's got a men's champions title match, and then he's got to face Paragon. Oh God, he's fucked. God, why?
On top of that, we also have an exploding barbed wire match that I forgot to talk to Ken about between him and Mark Caliber. That is also on the docket for Philadelphia Freedom. So yeah, it is. It just keeps getting better and better. This Philadelphia Freedom, the 12th annual Philadelphia Freedom, ladies and gentlemen, coming up in just 2 weeks, and main eventing that pay-per-view is our world heavyweight champion, defending against the man you see on the graphic right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Once upon a time, an abomination. He walked on water and he conquered nations. Could have ruled forever, but he lost his patience. Look at me now, paragon of greatness. First of the fallen and last of the old gods. No use fighting because you can't beat those cold odds. Beginning of time and the end of days. Civilizations crumble under his gaze. Alpha and Omega, the wrath of the God King. Paragon of greatness about to pin you in that ring. Once upon a time, an abomination. He walked on water and he conquered nations. Could have ruled forever, but he lost his patience. Look at me now, paragon of greatness. Eons ago, before time existed, they lived in the heavens and the rain persisted.
Ladies and gentlemen, the P to the O to the G, Big Purple, the Paragon of Greatness, your world heavyweight champion. Good evening, Paragon.
Good evening, Amadeus. We are we are just right on the cusp of Philadelphia freedom, and I'm starting to feel it. Not only do I got the America running through my veins, I gotta say the fans everywhere, they're electric. The people are excited. The wrestlers are excited. It feels like a huge, big-time event. I mean, you've done an absolutely incredible job promoting this show this month. I believe that the world is watching Philadelphia Freedom, and everybody is on point and hyped for this show.
Indeed, and of course, as has been the case since Jingle Hell Rock of last year, you are highlighting the pay-per-view with a defense of the World Heavyweight Championship, and Blake, this is Blake's first opportunity since you've won the title, and so talk to me now that we're only a couple weeks out. And you know the brutal schedule Blake Bradley's going to have at Philadelphia Freedom. Talk to me. Does that heighten your confidence, or does it worry you at all, the fact that he's going to really have to prepare for Philadelphia Freedom?
Well, I want to try to phrase this the best that I can, with all due respect to Destroyer, who I think has gone above and beyond this past month with the responses upon responses to Blake Bradley. It's some highly entertaining television. I genuinely believe that everything that she's saying is something that is very meaningful to her, and that's why it pains me to say that I don't believe anything that Blake Bradley says for a second. I believe it's a smokescreen. He says, it is what it is. He hit this moment with Destroyer has come up at a time when he happens to be going for the World Heavyweight Championship. It feels to me like a stratagem. It feels like a guy that wants me to think that he's going to be burnt out at this pay-per-view. He's got a lot of things going on. He's been treating a different match like the priority. The thing about Blake Bradley, he's a liar. The things that he says, the actions that he accomplishes, they're all in the service of dishonesty. We know what match matters to him at this pay-per-view, and we know why it matters. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with that RAWF World Heavyweight Championship. He would sacrifice any and everything to have that championship, up to and including the elevated society. Blake Bradley wants that championship. Hell, he needs that championship, and he has been chasing it for a very long time.
Indeed, he has. And to be honest with you, it's surprising that he hasn't gotten as many. This is only his second opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship in his career. He has been that good. It really, he should have had at least one or two more shots at it with the way he's performed.
You're not kidding. You're not kidding. The man is I mean, it's a wonder that he hasn't been the World Heavyweight Champion already.
But the fact is, he is going to have 4 very tough matches at Philadelphia Freedom, facing Destroyer in that backyard brawl, facing his friend and Simply the Best for the Iron Fist Championship, defending his men's championship against Michael Brewer, and then, of course, challenging you for the World Heavyweight Championship. By the time he gets to you, he's going to be quite worn out. But at the same time, he's depending on how those matches are, it might figure into how it all plays out. But
it's ironic that you would that this situation would come up for Blake Bradley. It almost feels like going into the main event, I'm going to be looking in a mirror, because I've got to tell you, I'm tired. I've never made a secret or even tried to hide in any way the fact that I burn the candle at both ends. I grind 24 hours a day, every day, and I'm tired. I'm tired of the elevated society, their underhanded shit and political backstabbing in front of and behind the camera. I'm tired of them acting like there's something wrong with the way that I operate. I'm tired with the assertion that I'm some corporate product with a cabal of conspirators working to keep me on top. Meanwhile, the members of this get along gang can absolutely attest that I openly criticize them, maybe even more so than Elevated does. Hell, I mean, I literally criticized people within that cabal and the company itself during this show alone. I'm tired of their complaints fueled by sheer jealousy and shit that they made up. I'm tired of the people that I care about having to suffer their bullshit simply because I beat them in matches. I'm tired of them calling me boring while I watch them do the same tired shit week in and week out. I'm tired of the "it wasn't me" attitude while he stands by and enables their shit without saying a word. Most of all, I'm tired of all of that happening and still going out of my way to sing the praises of the group and their talent. Blake Bradley is unbelievable. I can't and will not pretend that he's not. Blake Bradley is due. I can't and will not pretend that he's not. He's got everything that you need to be a world champion and then some. He's got skills to spare. He can check a mic like nobody's business. He's got aura for days. And hey, the guy's a handsome devil. It doesn't. If he doesn't walk away with the belt in Philly, he will sometime soon. If I turn him back, most assuredly, one of his cohorts will be right there to answer the next call. The uproarious irony is that they work as a collective, and each and every time I fight one of them, I fight the same opponent, regardless of what faces across the ring from me, and that's nothing short of hilarious. If you know, you know. But the fact of the matter is that they're extremely good at what they do. Every time I face one of them, it's an uphill climb, and the moment that I step into the ring with any of them, I'm only delaying their moment at the top. I'm not preventing it. More so than anybody else in that faction, I have to say about Blake, though. And it's important because I want to give the focus to Blake. He's my opponent, not the elevated society. More so than anybody, they're all absolute killers. Literally, some of them. But I actually have nothing bad to say about Blake. Among them, he didn't compromise his integrity. He's exactly the person that he said he was before and after this group. He didn't lose his identity in the ring by adhering to the dictatorial monolith. He's the same wrestler that he always was. He didn't debase himself by becoming a pawn in somebody else's game. It's been Blake's game from the beginning. So, yeah, I'm tired. He's going to be tired. I know that my watch is coming to an end sooner rather than later, but it's not going to happen in Philadelphia. I'm going to stay tired, and I'm going to keep the grind because time and time again I've proven that regardless of the opponent, that I will stand against the horde. I will fight against the evils of this world, and I will stand alone. My brothers will stand down like they always do when I go against this rising corrosive element. My air quotes allies will keep shifting depending on who my enemy is and who my current opponent is, and I will continue to catch flack for simply existing and succeeding. They'll cut me down, they'll slander, they'll whisper, they'll lie, but I will stand my ground. I will fight back, and I will stay tired for as long as it takes, because the moment that you sleep, that's the moment that you give up. Here's something directly to you, Blake. This is my message that I want to impart to you. Blake, I expect that you come prepared. I expect that you have all the help in the world, and I know that you don't need it. And I expect that you will have the fight of your life. Maybe if you tell everybody that it's the best match ever, if you do that for a few years, maybe people will believe it. You can't Wikipedia Paragon of Greatness, though. You can't find a list of locations that are relevant to Paragon of Greatness so that you can formulate insults. You're going to have to actually do your homework.
All right. Vacant, anything you'd like to ask the Paragon of Greatness?
Yes. So, obviously, you're tired and you have all these, these big feels kind of there and they're kind of starting to leak out. But I think I might have a thing. I have a question. Would it help if I gave you, hold on, it's here somewhere. I know it is. There it is. This bag of chalupas of greatness that I brought up specifically for you.
Well, I don't know if it would help so much with the match, but it'd certainly help with Big Purple's Big Hungry.
See, there you go. See, I helped. See, boss, I helped.
I appreciate it.
I'm now the CMO, Chief Morale Officer.
Well, good for you. Good for you.
We got Maeve flashing people. We got Paragon with his chalupas. I'm batting 1,000.
You are. You absolutely are. All right. Well, Paragon, unless you had something else to say, I think you said it all. But with that being said, sir, any final thoughts?
Yes, I'd like to echo the sentiments of the Extreme Enigma and say, fuck Chris Cage.
Wait, he's your bestie.
Yeah. Fuck Chris Cage, though.
No, come on. You know for a fact you've got a best friend that every time you see them, you just flip them off.
I think he just wanted to see if Destroyer would say on it as quickly as she did again.
There you go.
I think that's the only reason.
You're welcome, everybody, including Destroyer. I know you love a good bit.
Oh my God. All right. With that being said, thank you for your time, Paragon. We will talk to you again very soon, leading up to the big match for the World Heavyweight Championship at Philadelphia Freedom.
Thank you, and I thank you for facilitating such an amazing event this month. It really does. It feels like a huge event, and that's all the work of this company. And you're the guy that spearheads all of that, so I appreciate you, Amadeus.
All right, and while Destroyer is busy being on it so much, it's about time for us to call it a night, El Vacant. Any final thoughts you have on Philadelphia Freedom as a whole, as we are just 2 weeks out?
I mean, I think it's a must-see TV situation for the RAWF universe because there's some bad blood going on in many of these matches, and I think it's going to be explosive.
Yeah, I agree, and there's a lot of participants. We're not sure what they're going to be doing at Philadelphia Freedom as of yet. And folks, if you do want to match for Philadelphia Freedom, have an idea, you can always make a scene, call someone out, particularly somebody who isn't involved in the current matchups. But I'd like to see more matchups for Philadelphia Freedom set by say next week, so that we can talk about them right here on RAWF After Hours. But with that being said, next week, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back right here on the RAWF Radio Network. I do plan on having updated rankings for you next week, and we will talk more about Philadelphia Freedom and the happenings in RAWF. For El Vacant and the rest of the crew here at RAWF, I thank you very much for listening, and we will see you again next week right here on the RAWF Radio Network. Say goodnight, El Vacant.
Good night, El Vacant.
Lights flash, the fire ignites, we rise as warriors in the night. Steel hearts, unbreakable pride, marching on with freedom as our guide. Hear the roar of 1,000 strong. This is where the brave belong. The flag waves high above the flame. Every soul remembers the name. We stand for freedom. Fight for the flame. In the land of glory, we carve our name. No chains, no fear, just blood and might. We were born to battle, born to fight. We stand for freedom, the bold and true. This is the moment. Red, white, and blue. One ring, one chance, no retreat. History's written in every heartbeat. Legends rise, the weak fall back. We carry the dream on a thunderous track. Unbreakable will, unshaken ground. Our voices shake the heavens down. With every slam, with resist, the time is now. Take the oath, make the vow. For the fallen, for the free, for every soul who dares to believe. We stand for freedom, now for that day. Heroes made in battle ground. No chains, no fear, just blood and might. We were born to battle, born to fight. We stand for freedom, proud and loud. We fight for justice, heads unbowed. Yeah, we stand for freedom. We stand for freedom.